Hello guys, welcome back to All the Gear No Idea from the Free Hammers. It's been a while guys during the lockdown, I find it hard to make some videos. Haven't really had a lot of time, obviously got my daughter off, but now I've got some time. We'll talk some West Ham stuff. If you want to join me, DM me on Twitter. If you like this song is produced by Paul from the channel. It's now live on YouTube, it's live on Spotify, so go and listen to it. It's called Candy, spelt with a K, and it is by KPA, which is Paul's DJ name. So let's get on with it, guys. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Free Hammers. Not many of us at the minute, but we'll have a little chat. It's been a while, and I enjoy making these. Usually after game, the day before, I usually make these on a Sunday. Obviously, we haven't had a game for such a long time. It was nice to have Lee on the channel the other day. Really nice to have a little chat with Lee. If there is any questions, I'm just going to put this up for you guys. It's up to you whether you want to join in. So it says there, if you would like to join the show today for a chat, give us suggestions for Premier League or any other topics, DM us on Twitter, and you can come on the show as well if you want in the time that we've got. If you want to come on, please do. And All the Gear No Idea is a show where, none of the topics have really been decided. You suggest them, we discuss, and we have a little chat about it. Let's just jump in the chat. So Hammers chat, morning mate, morning Gio, morning Gonzo, morning Charlie, whoever that is. It's good to see you, mate. I've really enjoyed the stuff you've been making. You've been really keeping the content going, and it keeps us all happy and inspired. All the fellow platforms and West Ham channels. Steve McCann says, morning guys. Neil says, morning from Royal Australia, 6:40 p.m. on a Saturday night. Nick Craven asked, where are you from? I'm from Broken Hill. So 2 Aussies in. So like I said, there's not much news, and you wouldn't expect there to be much news during this lockdown, and there's no football at the end of the day. A few things that have come out, obviously, the wage deferrals. West Ham have confirmed today, a percentage of the wages will be deferred. They're not going to furlong anyone, which is good to see. It's good, good precedent to set, should I say. They can't really be wanting bad press at the moment. It's not something they'll want. So this is a good thing from West Ham. I am one that sort of half sits on the fence with this, with the, the digging of the footballers out. They are on big money, but there's bankers that are on that sort of ridiculous money and sort of £2-3 million bonuses that they've not been digged out at all, as much as footballers. I think it's very easy to dig the footballers out of this in this situation. Don't get me wrong, they've got a lot of money and they could sacrifice some money in this crisis that we're in. But there's definitely other people out there that earn a hell of a lot of money as well, that could also be, sacrificing some of their money. And Neil says, I live between Sedan and Swan Ranch. There we go. Like I say, if you like the song at the beginning of the show, that is Paul from the channel. He's done his own stuff there, which is really, really good, and released it. So if you want to go and listen to that, I say it's called Candy with a capital K. Hope you guys are doing all right in the UK. Australians' numbers have been decreasing. Right, guys, if you've got any questions or you want to come on the show within the next sort of, however long this goes on for today, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on what you want to talk about. The other bit of news, guys, that interested me today, seems to be everywhere, is Anderson off. Apparently West Ham are prepared to accept an offer for him. I think it was in the region of like 35-40 million. Napoli are the ones that are interested, apparently, and a few other potential other Serie A clubs. Listen, I like Felipe Anderson. Thought he was excellent last year. This year, he definitely has gone off the boil a little bit. There's no denying that. And I was at the Bournemouth game when he got his first goal of the season, and you could see there was a relief on his face. And I thought he was going to push on and go on from that point. He didn't. And I don't know with him. I don't know whether, give him another go next season. 45 million is quite a lot of money. If we were to get that sort of range for him, 35-40 million. And if it saves us from having to sell someone like Rice, I think you have got to be looking to potentially sell him. I like the guy a lot. I prefer him to stay. if I'm thinking that this could potentially mean that Moyes doesn't have to sell Rice, then yeah, he's definitely one that would be on the list to go. There's other ones, Masuaku, that could potentially raise you sort of maybe 10 million. I am in the I would sell Lanzini as well camp. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on that one. So let's have a look here. So you guys are doing all right. Today from West Australia. I hope you're doing all right. Morning all. Craven says, I think everyone should take the same discount. We shouldn't decrease our pay just based on our salaries, just simple quality. Yeah, there's definitely an argument for that as well. And maybe a certain point where you don't have to, if you're earning, I don't know, say minimum wage, 12 grand a year or whatever that, I don't know what minimum wage is nowadays. And it's a certain percentage that levels up. Everyone needs a certain amount of money to survive. And Gio made a good point about mortgages and stuff. A footballer's mortgage is technically probably about the same percentage of our wages as it is their wages, maybe slightly less because they do earn ridiculous amounts of money. But if you're talking, League One players, League Two players, I've been watching the Sunderland documentary, and there's an episode where the guy, he don't know whether he's going to have a club at the end of the season, and it was worrying. His wife was worrying about paying a mortgage and stuff like that because I think he was on about 2-3 grand a week or something like that. Yeah, 2-3 grand a week's good money. It's not if you're not getting it. Where if you're getting to dig him out, Harry Kane, on something like 150, 200 grand a week, there's no doubt he's probably saving. I know I would be. I'd be saving at least 50 grand of that a week. So you're saving 200 grand a week. So he's got a surplus of cash potentially that's sitting there. But if you're on 2 grand a week, so 8 grand a month, for example, and your mortgage is 4 grand a month, all of a sudden it becomes a lot more different, But yeah, there's definitely an argument for that, Nick. Neil says, do you think the good things are all the things the board are doing is because of the protest and they're trying to head them off? Yeah. I was watching Hammer's chat, actually. I don't know whether they're still in the chat. Effing, where they were saying about if we were mid-table and there wasn't any protest, would this still be the same situation where they would have furlonged the players, furlonged the staff? Obviously, in this scenario that we live in, and the protests that were going on before, they can't really afford to do that. So, yeah, I think it's just, loving the peace at the moment. These are some good headlines for them for a change. Yeah, let's not let off when this is all to normal, and it will be one day. Let's not forget what they've done before. This is a good gesture from them. Good momentum with that protest. But the Gonzo video did scare me a little bit the other day. Any of you that see it about, the 30 million that will have to be injected into the club and how that potentially now could mean that they hang around a bit longer because that would mean they owe themselves 70 million. It did scare me a little bit, but there's a lot of logic in that video, and it's a very good video from Gonzo as always. That hope that isn't the case, but I think it is. I think he's right. If we can get 30 million, I would let Anderson go too. Bit lightweight for the Prem, but he was really good the first year, though, weren't he? First year, I thought he was really, really good. Puts his tackles in. Some people say he's lazy. He can sometimes blow it on coldest. Sometimes it's that classic line of just turning up rather than actually playing hard. And I think he can be accused of that sometimes. What we here? Do you reckon we should give him a third year? I like him. I like Felipe Anderson. I would like to see him given another year. If it means we keep Rice, this is what Moyes has been, on the table to Moyes, that, listen, if you can raise money this way, we might not have to sell Declan. If we don't, going to have to sell Declan to get your transfer funds, then Anderson would definitely be on the chop list for me. 37 degrees here today. Wow. I think it's going to be about 23 here in England. Got to say, I'm quite proud of the way West Ham have treated staff. Maybe Bridge in with the fans. Potentially, like I say, they had to do it really. They've had so much negative press in the last sort of 6 months. This season especially has been really hot with the negative press, and just the complete, fans are fed up with it now. So yeah, in these times they had to do the right thing, and I'm glad they have. Nick says, I agree with Lanzini before Anderson. Yeah, Lanzini before Anderson. If both went, I wouldn't be too upset, if I'm honest with you. Hopefully, it's coming my way soon. HDU, because it's fucking cold. Agree, Martin. Not often we can have some positives about the board. We need to bring out the best in our players' quality. Yeah, but again, I hate saying it like we're a jinx club, but it's like, I think we could have Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe up front, and we would still somehow not be good. It just seems to be West Ham way that I don't know. The last manager to get the best out of the players for you guys, who was it? Let me know. Just move on from that. Right, I think we owe money on Anderson, not 100%. I can see him going back to Lazio. Anderson is a number 10 for me and not a winger. I'd go for Fraser from Bournemouth. He's on a free. Yeah, good player. Fraser, I think, was heavily linked with Arsenal, wasn't he, at some point? You never know whether they'd go back in for him to play on that left-hand side for them. But yeah, he's a good player. I've always liked Fraser. He's doggy. He's got a lovely bit of skill about him. Scores a goal every now and then as well. Yeah, one to go for. But again, I think he potentially could be linked to bigger clubs. And what do you make about Mario Götze, guys? I know he's injury prone for the last few years, but you've got to admit there's some excitement there if he was to sign. He's a very, very good player. If we were to get someone like Götze in, scored a goal in the World Cup final. Yeah, we'll come back to Götze. I'll give you some time to put some stuff in the chat about that. I'm happy with the statement West Ham put out, to the point where they said the owners don't take a wage and they make interest on their loans. Yeah, I agree with that, Rich, 100%. I'm glad one person agreed with me to an extent, at least. Still here, Luke. Good stuff. Hi, Neil. Anderson is also more useful and can play 10 or wing. Lanzini's only a 10. Again, all very good, valid points, guys. Do you think they would still pay all the staff if they actually own the stadium, as we would have a lot more staff own the stadium? We don't. That's again a fantastic point. Again, if we own the stadium, again, this was discussed by Gonzo and Gio. There was like sort of 200-300 more staff. Would they be saying we're going to pay the staff? They've got a hell of a lot less staff than the regular Premier League teams, that have got, your catering staff, your brands when we don't even have to pay for. So, yeah, I totally agree. Whether it would happen if that was the case, it's a totally different story. We're in a unique position as a club, that not owning our stadium. So the staff is a lot less. So yeah, very, very, very point. Ken Ammer says not for Götze, injury prone, last payday, another Wilshere type. What do we make of Jack as well? Obviously he's being given a lot of time to get fit. That's such a thing that exists in Jack Wilshere's world. Could it be, when the season does restart, if it does, that you get to see Jack in this sort of World Cup style Premier League tournament end, might get to see the best out of him? Or would it be that he's fit literally until the day it restarts and then we don't see him again? Haller, Diagana, Bowen and Anderson as 10 is pretty good front line. Yeah, you forget about Grady as well, don't you? Grady to come back after the summer break. Bowen looked fantastic, didn't he, up until the season was suspended, which was unfortunate. How confident are you guys as well? I know we sort of, in League, discussed it last show we did about a week ago. How confident are you the scenarios that have been put up in terms of World Cup style format, behind closed doors style format, we will stay up. Again, I'm still really, really pessimistic in terms of West Ham's ability. Again, is to get the best out of the players that was mentioned a little bit earlier. I don't know how many players will be up for it. You've already had, well, rightly so, he's concerned about his daughter. How many players would actually want to be in that sort of lockdowny hotel environment, where they're tested before the games, potentially tested after the games, of whether they've got this virus. It scares me, actually, the thought of it restarting in those sort of scenarios. Because West Ham are renowned for not turning up. I just can't see us doing it. If it was to restart, I really fear that we would go down. I really, really do. And/or Antonio, but I don't think he's better for the last 30, 40 minutes. Begin. Would keep Jack as long as he would have a pay-as-you-play contract. Yeah. I love Jack. Not his West Ham career. Let me ratify that. As a player, I've heard quite a lot of West Ham channels say it. As a player, fantastic footballer when he's fit. Again, it's that key word at it, when. What with a lot of Arsenal fans, he was devastated, Jack Quinn. He said he's one of the best English players he's ever seen. He was technically amazing player. When he drops that shoulder, turns, he's got a lovely pass on him. We haven't seen it at West Ham, and it's really unfortunate because I think he would be a huge, huge player for us if we had a fit Jack Wilshere. But again, it's just our luck, and he's luck. And I don't know how much he loves the game anymore. Whether he sort of slightly fell out of love with the game a bit and hasn't got that full. I don't want to question his dedication, but his full sort of mindset to get back to the fitness required to be a regular Premier League starter. I don't know, guys. What do you think? But if we could sell Anderson and get Souček and Bowen, wouldn't that be good, or a decent left back? Well, Bowen is already ours. Bowen we've already paid for 20 million. So Souček, obviously that happens if we stay up or if the season was to restart, etc. And a decent left back would be good. But yeah, you sold Anderson, buy Souček out of him, a left back. Question marks whether Haller will hang around as well for me. Maybe he will now. But the Euros was cancelled. You've got another year, to sit there and try and be the player we know he can be. You do see glimpses of a brilliant, brilliant player every now and then in Haller. So maybe we would get another year. Again, that pressure's gone from the Euros. That thing of didn't make the Euro team. They've got another year now potentially get themselves to that level Euro team. I'd rather Götze than Lanzini. Götze still puts up decent stats for Dortmund. Player, he is a good player. Like I say, injury prone slightly in the last few years. You don't score a goal in a World Cup final if you're crap. Do you know what I mean? You're not crap if you score a goal in a World Cup final. I wouldn't be too against that, if I'm honest. Hello, guys. Sorry, I just lost the connection a little bit there. Do apologise. We need to sort out the left side, left back, left midfield. New signings needed. Anderson isn't playing well in any games. No, he hasn't played well this season in general, Tom. I totally agree with that. And that left back position, definitely a weak position. Again, maybe Ben Johnson can play that left back role. No, he has played there. He has filled in a couple of times at left back. And Ngakia looks like he might be a solution for the right back situation. So yeah, there is some stuff there. Ryan says, "Hi mate, will Moyes get a new contract?" You would assume so, wouldn't you? You would assume so. Again, I keep referring back to Gonzo because these videos are fantastic. About look where when Moyes first joined the club, what the club looked like. You know, hardly any team, scouting teams, coaches, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say the results have been terrible and the performances have been very average. So, I think there is an argument of giving Moyes year, 2 years, let him get his full team in, let him get a full scouting network in, let him have a pre-season and summer transfer window. Obviously, again, it's this coming in late in a season again, like he did last time. So he's not had full summer to, really blend those ideas and stuff. So, yeah, there's an argument for him staying for another year, I think. Let me know what you guys think. Agree with both Richie and HDU's comment. Yes, I have seen that picture. Very, very beautiful girlfriend. I don't think season will finish. We'll see. There's huge things that have been cancelled. Olympics, Euros, loads of Formula One races have been cancelled. I'm a big fan of the snooker that's been cancelled. That should have been starting today, innit? Usually the snooker starts. So yeah, we will see. We will see. I think there's so much money, and it's a shame that money has become the be all and end all of everything. So much money that they have to finish it. I'm not too fussed if they didn't. I think there's too much money. Would love to see Wilshere fit for a season. He's class. I can't see players forced to play if they don't want to. Yep, there's that argument as well. Yeah, obviously the players' union, they may come out and go, do you know what, our players shouldn't be playing in this environment, this situation. It's a dangerous environment, expecting them to be away from their families, etc., etc. There's that argument as well. We all would, Martin, but will it happen? Also, got to think Anderson's best game this year is with a skillful overlapping left back like Masuaku. Yeah, the Bournemouth game was probably one of his best games. Hammer, he will never have a better chance than now. The like button, some love, people. Oh, please. Thanks for that, mate. Another Souček and Bowen type player. Yeah, really like Bowen. The sort of signings I like, where you go and really good championship player, English as well, or British, should I say. They know a bit more about the game. They know about how our fans feel. So I wouldn't mind a few more of those little cheeky British players, just a couple of little steely ones. Someone's got to replace Mark Noble at some point as well. Mark's hasn't got long left. He really hasn't, and he's even said that himself. So he's got to be replaced eventually as well. Let's have a look. Would Anderson and Lanzini, would put Anderson and Lanzini in the under-23 so they can score some goals and get the confidence back? Yeah, like I say, you don't know what this break's done from, Some players just need a rest. Like, Rice has been amazing this year. The guy's not had a rest, though, for 2 years. The guy's not had a rest, He played in that England thing last summer. So this sort of is an unscheduled rest for him. Obviously, they can't go out and do their holiday things like that and properly mentally rest. On a physical side, I think it can be a good thing for these players. Do you think we need a Fabianski replacement now? Something to look at, Tom. I don't like Fabianski. I think Fabianski could probably still play at the top level for another 2 years. 2 years. One of the best goalkeepers outside the top six, probably him, Henderson, and Pope. Probably your best three outside the top six. So I won't be in too much of a rush, but it's definitely something along the line that we will need to sort out. Is snooker actually a sport? We had this conversation a few months ago. Is it a sport or is it a game? We did decide that it is a skill game. It is not a sport. But I enjoy watching it and I really enjoy playing it. People might think it's boring, but it's a sport. It's a skill game that I really enjoy watching and playing. Same with darts. Is darts a sport? again, darts for me is a skill. It's that skill of being able to throw it that accurately into a ball. Let me know. I'd sell them. The World Cup final was 10 years ago. Wow. Can't live off that now. West Ham have bought players on the glories before. I'd rather buy a young, hungry player. He's only 27. I think Gotza 28, 27. Again, it's what Gotza you're getting. You know, if you get a really, really good one, brilliant. It's a gamble. Admittedly, it is a gamble, but I don't know. I'd be quite excited. But that's one I wouldn't mind. You know, sometimes West Ham are renowned for getting those players with a points to prove. Need a pee, a smoke, a drink, working on a theory of alcohol. Nathan Trott will be Fab's replacement. Yep, the young boy, obviously, really, really highly regarded goalkeeper, having quite a good season where he is, I believe, this year. So yeah, definitely there's a replacement there at some point. You have got to chuck them in, see what they can do. Sure does HUD, and that's what hand signers are made for. Hoping to be back with podcast. Paul really hasn't really been sort of for doing them at the moment. Obviously I talk to him nearly every day. He's been saying that he can't really bother to make them at the minute because obviously he doesn't want to just make a show where there's not really anything to talk about. So that's why I've been trying to do some videos, and get Lee involved when we can and stuff like that. I say when and if news comes, I'll do a video. I'll try and do one at least once a week. I'm not one for doing a video every day. I just haven't got the ideas. I haven't got the inspiration as some of these other channels have got. That they come up with some amazing ideas, and sometimes I don't want to feel like I'm like just copying and parroting ideas. Let those other channels have that moment. That they work a lot harder than our channel do, and rightly so. That they're into the West Ham Fan TV and the Hammers Chat. They are the biggest two channels out there. So sometimes it's just like to enjoy their videos rather than making videos on the same topic. I like to sum it all up in one video. Just at the end of the week, sum up all the news. Thomas said, "Would you rather see Antonio at right midfield, Bowen up front with Haller as Antonio finishing isn't good enough?" Yeah, he's very powerful when he plays right midfield as well. He can just barge past the player, can't he, for fun? He's there. Bowen looks like he's got a lovely finish on him, lovely bit of skill as well, likes cutting inside. And yeah, Haller up top for the finishing, because like you say, the one thing that Antonio hasn't got is that composure to be able to finish. Keep doing all the gear now. I will. My missus went back to work today because we was actually on a 14-day self-isolation thing because my daughter was coughing a little bit sort of about 16 days ago now. So it was her first day back to work today. So now I've got time to actually do them. I'll try and do them every weekend again because it's nice just to catch up with you lot, on my own. About Paul and Lee, interrupting me all the time. So it's nice to have a chat with you guys. What you guys actually been doing? What have you been doing during this lockdown? Like I say, I've been finishing Narcos. Started watching the second series of that Sunderland program. It's a really good program. I like the insight into the football clubs and stuff like that. It's really a joy to watch. Obviously, everyone's watched Tiger King, so I finished that off as well. And then I got Disney Plus, and I started watching all the Marvel films from Iron Man all the way through. I'm at where am I at the minute? Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm at the minute, so I've done quite well since it's come out. Can you do PE teaching from home, Luke? No, I actually have to go in. This is currently my Easter holidays, so I'm officially back on Wednesday. And it's like we're working on a rota at the moment. That's obviously to keep staff safe, children safe, etc. And when we're in school, it's not official curriculum learning. It's actually really nice to be able to do different stuff. We teaching stuff we wouldn't really teach on a curriculum day. So things like ultimate frisbee, lots of outdoor adventure stuff. So I've done some really good stuff. What I've seen so far. I've not actually been in since the lockdown because obviously my daughter got cough on the Tuesday. Schools were closed, so I've not been in. So I'm back on Wednesday. Can't teach being from home. I've been doing a lot of CPD stuff, like developing myself, helping the teachers out with their reports and stuff, because obviously the reports have got to still go out. So yeah, I can't really do a bit of the Joe Wicks for you, but yeah, good question, mate. Thanks for that. Does anyone know what happened to Hammer and Talk? I tried looking him up the other day, and he hasn't posted in over a year. I hope he's doing all right, cracking bloke. Yeah, he's a great bloke. I've had a drink with him a couple of times. He's been on the podcast twice, episode 25 and episode 50, I believe. He did comment on one of these All the Gear No Idea about, I'm going to say 4 weeks ago. He appeared in the chat. Just literally appeared. He asked one question. Can't remember what it was off the top of my head. And he went, I know that watch West Ham Fan TV's, what was it, where they did the Q&A thing to our show. And they was asked the same question. And they've been trying to get him on. Listen, I'd love him to come back. He had such a great style as well. You know, he was Cockney True Geordie. You know, how True Geordie used to present these Newcastle match reviews was the same sort of style. And he definitely was highly inspired by True Geordie. He even said that himself when he appeared on True Geordie's, you know, where they like a sort of Sunday thing, you know, where they the games. So yeah, anyone watching this, watching it in replay, listen. I used to have Jay's number as well, but I lost it. But if anyone can get in touch with him, love to see him back. I don't know what he's doing now, whether he got married or whatever. I know he was close to getting married at one point. I don't think he was very well at one point as well. But yeah, would love to have him back, honestly. Even if he goes, right, I'm going to come back, first game next season, and we're going to get some. He had 10,000 subscribers, you know. He had a fantastic fan base. I'd love to have 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So yeah, hopefully we do see him back one day, and I would love to have him back on a podcast. I would love to have him. He's a great guy. Bowen has to play wide. He's an out to in player, starts wide and finds positions for maximum opportunity. Yeah, he's brilliant at cutting inside. Poor man's Robin was what his tag was, wasn't it, when we signed him? You know, got that Robin sort of style of cutting in on with the left foot or with the right foot. So yeah, good player. If you could sign any Premier League player for West Ham, who would you take? Are we talking realistically or Greenwood? Greenwood, Kevin De Bruyne. Like he is the best player in the Premier League for me personally. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne if it was Dream, or someone like Aguero, you know, just an absolute ruthless finisher. A realistic West Ham signing from a Premier League football team. I'm trying to rack my brain here through the clubs. Man City. It's a tough one. It's really tough. I don't know. I really like Son as well. I don't know. Realistic player for West Ham. Someone like Josh King, I like at Bournemouth. Good, big, strong striker. Nathan Aké, good centre half from Bournemouth. Ward Price would be a good midfielder for us, I think. Again, these realistic targets. I like Mason Mount. I don't think we'd be able to get him, but he's a good player. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Players like that, you know, some real half-decent youngsters. Good question, though, mate. But it's a tough one. To think the top of your head, your brain goes blank. How about the rest of the football match on a private island? Well, a bit like UFC. Dana White was trying to do the UFC on a private island. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm in Spain, so I've been on lockdown for over a month. Recommended watching The Boys, binge watching it the other day. I will have a look at that, mate. Got to go. Stay healthy, fellow hours. Cheers, Hammers down under, mate. Thanks for joining us today. At Miles sounds good. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein isn't using this. Yeah. Yeah, Savile has been quite onto it for a while. Have you watched Tiger King? Yes, I have watched it, Tom. Very, very, very strange program that is. And I rewatched the. You can watch it on BBC iPlayer at the minute. Louis Theroux interviewed him. Again, that's really interesting because you can watch it back, before this scandal-y stuff was at its peak. Because I remember I recognised him. I was watching. I was thinking, I've seen this guy. I've seen him in something, but I can't think what it was. And then on BBC iPlayer, I just because I wanted to recap on something. And it was like, yes, he got interviewed by Louis Theroux years ago, like 2008, sort of 12 years ago. So yeah, that's something to go and watch if you finish Tiger King. Go back and watch the Louis Theroux interview. But yeah, crazy, crazy people. 100% allegedly. She fed her husband to the tiger. Million percent for me. Again, I'm going to say allegedly, so I don't get in trouble. I want to watch that. Heard it's worth a watch, mate. Definitely, it's worth a watch. There's some great songs on there as well. I've got to say. What do you think of the songs, guys? Anyone who's watched that Tiger King, there's some great songs. Grealish, again, is that realistic? Really? Come on, he's linked to Tottenham, Man United. Great player. Not realistic signing. Adama Traore as well. Again, not realistic, but again, what an animal. Animal. Unrealistic, he agrees. Kev is the best player in the Premier League. Again, you can argue with me, guys. For me, Kevin, absolute boy of a player to watch. Technically unbelievable. Scores goals, tracks back, tackles. $1,000,000% the best passer probably in the world at the moment. Just unbelievable. And realistic for him is Corey from Watford. Again, that's a very good shout. Someone like that, the Corey, and we won't him, but like an Ndidi, someone like that, just an absolute destroyer, as I call them, at midfield. Another one I really, really like is that actually as well. And we wouldn't get him because he's probably about 80 million. Do like James Maddison as well. I'm a big fan of James Maddison. If I'm thinking British on the British sense as well, he might be a bit of a, he's a bit Marmite with people in terms of his personality. But as a player, Jamie Vardy would be fantastic for us. Just pace, getting behind. A great player. I'm going to go for about another 10 minutes, guys. Usually I do this for about 45 minutes, so 5-10 minutes more. What do you think of this? This is old, this. Found it in my shed the other day, like the missus. I'm sure you all doing the same thing in a minute, guys. You're off and your missus is going, what are we doing today? I want to relax, actually. But yeah, she's got me digging out the shed, digging out the garden. I'm sure you're all in the same boat, guys. Anyway, yeah, this I found. I bought it years ago as Christmas wrapping paper. And I thought, you know what? That would be a bad little background there. It's a bit old, though, now. What's that play? Thomas Hitzelsberger there. Obviously, Paolo, legend. Bobby. Scotty, Freddie Piccion, Alan Barami, very, very young Mark Noble there. Yeah, I thought it was quite a nice little background there. And I probably might use that more often in my shows. It's nothing major, until I get myself a little green screen at some point. Heard Andy Carroll was decent. We could have signed him. Yeah. I'll tell you what, here's a question for you guys. We've only got like 8 minutes left. If you could sign any one of our players back that are still currently playing, there's the key word there, that's still currently playing, who would you sign back? So on that list are names like James Tompkins, Sheku Kiati, Zarates, for example, Payet, even you could put that in there if you think, but it's at his age now, not what they were like when they was playing for us, is what they are now. Andre Ayew. Yeah, if you could sign any of the players that have played for West Ham that are currently still playing, who would it be? I'll give you like 5-10 minutes for that one. Who is your favourite current West Ham player? I really liked Felipe Anderson last year. I've gone off him a little bit this year. I don't want to be like fickle, like Gauthing because he's not playing well. I think you can't not love Fabianski. I think he's fantastic. The reason why we've had the season we've had, losing him through injury has hurt us a lot this year. So Fab is definitely up there for me. Love Declan, obviously. You know, just it's the club again. Whether how long we have the pleasure of him playing for us, I don't know. Yeah, you've got to love Declan. Listen, I've dug him out a lot over the years, but you've got to give credit to Antonio. You know, listen, he's never going to be technically as good as Lionel Messi, but you have to give it. You know, he whenever he puts that West Ham shot on, he gives 100% for us. He's done a lot for us. You know, he's scored some important goals for us, and he just gives us something. If I had to go current favourite, I think I'm going to go out on an easy one. I'm just going to say Declan Rice for me at the minute. I've got to say. Ngakia. Got to go, boys. Start my 12-hour mind shift. Yep. Find it. Thanks for joining us. Richie Von Rich Rock says he would have Demi back. Diafra Sacco, good shout. Oh, what a really, really good shout. Oh, you forgot about him. Have Arnie back, unfortunately. Yeah, I'd have Arnie back. Listen, the geezer's an absolute twat of a geezer. Fantastic player. No one can deny how good a player he is. Brilliant player. I love Funnels, great lad and a good attitude. Yeah, I like Pablo as well. Forgot about him. Good player. Should have been playing a bit more. I think Moyes was a bit stubborn, you know, towards that before the suspension. You know, he was starting to bring him back in. He was scoring and he was assisting. So yeah. I'll go, guys. It's been very enjoyable show, Luke, and everyone in the chat. Stay safe and healthy. Yeah. Cheers, Neil. As always, joining us from Australia. Please stay safe down there as well. We'll bring back Arnautovic. Him up top with Haller would be great. Unless any comments come in very, very quickly, I think, guys, that will do for now. It's been great catching up with you lot, guys. Get us out there, you know. Share this video. Tell your West Ham mates about this channel as well. Let's try and get up to 3,000. And, you know, sky's the limit, you know, on where we can go with this channel. Like I say, our content's not as regular as the others, but, you know, we love just chatting with you guys, summing up all the news through the week. Like I say, I'll try and do these once a week. You know, that doesn't look like the lockdown's going to end anytime soon. So when I can do these, I will. If any major news comes out, obviously I'll bang a video about it straight away. So guys, pleasure being with you today. Please drop a like on the video. If you like the song at the beginning of the video, that was by Paul. Like I say, the other guy who works on the channel with me. Until then, guys, in your eyes, keep believing. Oh, 1 minute. Was selling Tompkins for 10 million mistake? Potentially. Good centre half. Big West Ham fan. Love the club. Maybe a bit cheap at the time. Yeah. But anyway, guys, until then, come your eyes. Keep believing.